Did you like Shadow of Mordor? It's one of my least favorite games of all time. I think it is the epitome of formulaic, recycled garbage nonsense. With a little bit of Assassin's Creed, but none of what made Assassin's Creed amazing. Epic environments and climbing up incredible fucking cathedrals and bouncing off. No, you just climb the same white fucking bullshit tower every single fucking time. The narrative I thought was absolute garbage right up until the point where they actually ended the game with a fucking quick time event against Sauron. Formulaic, trite crap. The combat mechanics were so fucking intense that you could literally just press Y and counter your way through the entire game. The Nemesis system was the only part of Shadow of Mordor that warranted anything to talk about as far as I'm concerned. And even then, they fucked it up miserably by making it weak, and then of course with Shadow of War, by turning it into a fucking facility to produce loot boxes. Just complete and utter crap. So, the fact that loot boxes inherently change the way games are made so that loot boxes can be in them, not an issue for you. The fact that loot boxes prey on young minds and broken minds, people going through divorce, people who have just lost someone in their life, people that are in a bad place and need distraction. It's a very easy way to get people engaged, bring them in, and keep them distracted. That's not an issue for you. Loot boxes are fine, and everybody should be big and strong and be able to deal with them. What else have we got? So the gambling thing's not an issue. The fundamentally altering gameplay design isn't an issue. What about the fact that they're all the same fucking thing? And they're boring as shit. What about the fact that opening a loot box is fucking shit? It's never fun. They're all exactly the same. And even in games like Injustice too, where I thought, you know what? I actually want some gear. I wish I could just get costumes and customize my characters the way that I like to, but no, I gotta fucking
open a loot box, buy a loot box with my 1 million fucking gay fucking credits at the top of the screen, and I gotta hold X and watch it explode, and I gotta watch all this shit come out of it. This is fucking crap, this is fucking crap, I don't fucking use this character, this is fucking crap, hold X again.
What about the fact that loot boxes are just gay? I'm trying to think of some other things as well. Oh wait! What about pay-to-win loot boxes? Thank you, Star Wars Battlefront. Thank you, EA, for having the balls to do what nobody else would. Thank you so fucking much for actually making the shit pay-to-win, so that people like me can feel just so vindicated at bitching about this system for so many years. Legitimately, actually, if you pay more money, you get better shit that makes you better in a competitive multiplayer game.
You done fucked up now!
What about Activision's patents and plans to actually match you against people that have better gear and match you against people that have different gear that you want, that your spending habits have indicated you are interested in getting, so as to encourage you to buy that gear. Matchmaking, not based on skill, but based on how best to suck cash out of you. There's 5. Oh, the 6th one. The fucking 6th one! Loot boxes. Microtransactions I don't like. But if it is a shop of items with which can be purchased that do not give you any gameplay enhancing abilities, but are often just aesthetic, and they are listed in a currency that is your region, dollars, rupees, ISK, whatever, and they're not trying to trick you into buying a package full of bundles of gems and coins, and then you can use those to buy those things. And if it's just, here's what we have on offer, here's what you can buy, and here how much it is, in a free-to-play fucking game, then I don't see the issue. But that's not good enough, is it? We need to add that to pay to play games, pay to buy games, $60 games that aren't $60 anymore. Watch some Jim Sterling if you haven't already. He breaks it down wonderfully. Not even slightly $60 because they cut pieces of that game out. They call it a season pass. They charge $40 for that. So $100. That's what you're paying for the full game, right? Because if you don't get the season pass, you're not getting the full game. Yes, there are some developers and publishers out there that are actually generating good content, like Horizon Zero Dawn. Not a fan of the game, but I fucking applaud them for waiting a reasonable amount of time and developing proper DLC before adding it. Fuck you, Activision, and fuck you, Destiny 2, for fucking releasing DLC next month. My God. You obviously didn't develop that fucking DLC next month. So don't fucking... We're talking a minimum $100 buy-in for a game now, so please don't play the, oh my God, publishers don't make enough money to fund their fucking games bullshit, because it doesn't make any sense. So adding microtransactions, like you would find in a free-to-play game, that are wholesome and honest and decent and good, because that's how these people make their money, and it's a viable business structure, to games that you were already paying a minimum of $100 for the fucking complete experience for anyway, and that's assuming you pre-ordered and got the whole fucking thing, because if you didn't pre-order, you didn't get this mission and this gear and that gear. That wasn't even enough. That wasn't even enough! Now, loot boxes, which are systematically and scientifically proven to generate fucking shitloads more money than microtransactions ever will. Why? Because they prey on the weak and the young, using basic bullshit psychological tactics to make you want to buy more crap. You're not picking an item that you like and getting it. You are getting a whole bunch of, you're throwing cash at the screen and hoping you get something back. In fact, in most cases, you just throw heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of cash, and then you take all of the big pile of shit that they give you, you smash it all together into the currency again, and then you buy the thing you want. Thank you, Overwatch. That's number 6. So, Swaffle. Just so we're on the same page. If we cut out the bullshit from your sentence, which was, I'm okay as long as you can earn loot boxes and you don't have to buy them with real money, there are no games that do that. Maybe a couple of obscure free-to-play games, which, let's face it, they deserve to be able to do it, but fuck loot boxes anyway. Let's cut that shit out. Then your sentence reads, I am fine with loot boxes. I hope, and of course, thank you for dealing with my bullshit way of getting this information across. I'm doing it mostly for comedic value, and it looks like it worked. Thanks for listening, guys. I just want to... specifically coming back to me. Yeah, I am, because I agree with you, they do prey on the weak, and it's disgusting. That's not what I said. There was actually 6 good points I made. I just want to, you know... Again, thank you for dealing with my particular style, but Swaffle's been here for many, many years, and he knows what I'm like, and he started this shit. He knows how to get a reaction out of me. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting there rubbing his hands together like fucking Mr. Burns.
You're the one that...
Oh, and let's not forget time savers, which are actually called, in-game, time savers. To put that into perspective for you, if you buy a single-player game that has no competitive element, no necessity for you to keep up with the pack, so that your gear or your skill can maintain an average with the higher level players, so that you can try to compete. Just a single-player, offline, relaxing experience in a vast, open, beautiful world that you want to enjoy. But you don't have enough time in your life, presumably. You've just been diagnosed with stage 4 terminal illness and you're about to die. And that's a shame, because you really wanted to finish Assassin's Creed Origins before you died, because there's just not enough time left. Couldn't apply to anybody else, could it? Because obviously if you didn't have enough time to play a single player game, you just wouldn't play it. I don't have enough time to play Mario Odyssey. That's okay. It's not going anywhere. I'll go play some more of it when I have some time. If you're in that scenario, then you can buy what they call a time saver in the game that will save you time. If you don't have enough time to enjoy your single player games, one could argue that you should perhaps not buy them. But let's say you do want to buy them, but don't have enough time to finish them. That's where the time saver comes in, that will save you time We made the game so motherfucking grindy that you would eventually want to buy a time saver just to get through it. That, I think Jim Sterling touched on this recently, but if you quantify the value of time within a video game, then it's all bullshit. Nobody has time to play video games. Are you kidding me? They're distractions. They used to be art, and in many cases they certainly can be. They can be thought-provoking and life-altering. They can be genre-bending and beautiful, and they can create discussion and bring people together and communities together and all the good things. But let's face it, they're a waste of time. We could be digging wells in fucking Africa so the kids there could have water if we didn't want to waste our time. We're wasting time doing what we want that's good for us, being selfish little fuckbags every goddamn day of every fucking year, and that's fine. That's the world we live in. But if you don't have enough time to play your video games, well, Ubisoft have got the thing for you. Time savers might be useful for reviewers. What? How? So they can get to the end of the game faster, is that it? How about don't make a game that is so contagiously grind-based that you would ever even consider wanting to skip parts of it? This game is so boring that they're selling you an option to skip bits of it. To save time! What's happening? Have you all gone fucking mad? Buy our game that is so boring so that you can give us more money to skip playing it. Huh? Not really. This has to be a shitty joke, right? That can't make sense, can it? Of course it can. Wait 3 years, and we'll be talking about the new fucking range of fucking bullshit fucking microtransaction filth, and this will seem like Overwatch, or fuck, like horse armor. Imagine that fucking world. We're skipping big chunks of boring gameplay for real money that you have already paid way too much of just to buy in the first place is about as significant to us in that future as horse armor seems to us now. We're fucked. Ubisoft made more money off microtransactions than digital game sales. Doesn't surprise me at all. That's why they're fundamentally altering the way that their games are designed. Designed so that they can find new ways to
fuck you in the ass.
So that they can find new ways to make you want to spend money to skip content, because the content they made was specifically made to be boring and grindy so that you want to skip it. And to spend money on gear and weapons that you can get in the game as well, but you don't want to because they don't mean anything. The loot boxes didn't impact my playthrough at all. That's the problem. You don't think they did. That's how stupid you are. No offense to you, of course, but you're a moron. That's the problem. That's why it's like it is the way it is. Didn't impact your game. It was fundamentally designed in a completely different way from the ground up. Not to be a good game, but to be a game that would make you want to spend money. Yay, congratulations. You resisted the want to spend real money, and instead spent an extra 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours grinding that shit that you didn't need to grind, because there was no point grinding it, because it didn't need to be designed that way. There were millions, literally millions, of other ways in which the game could have been designed that would have been more interesting and more enjoyable. But you don't even see that. That's the part you don't get. The game was fundamentally flawed from the get-go, so that loot boxes and microtransactions could be embedded to it. Didn't bother you though. So I guess play what makes you happy, and they'll keep making it. Enjoy. Wasn't Neo hella repetitive? Repetitive. As in to repeat the same actions over and over again. Have you played video games before? Any of them? Repetition isn't a point of negativity. Repetition is used well, like most things, or not well, like most things. What are all the games that don't use repetition well that you like? can actually feel parts of my brain dying. A good game is subjective. You can't tell me I didn't enjoy playing through a game when not interacting with the market. I didn't say that at all. You can. That's why you're an idiot. Don't you understand that bit? Do you really believe it's all subjective? There's no objective critique? There's no way that Shadow of War could have been objectively a better game in a variety of different ways had it not been designed to facilitate and accommodate loot boxes? Do you not understand? You enjoying it.
So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
Apparently, thank you, Cooper. Apparently, according to you, just to put this in perspective for you, you can't enjoy a bad game. Do you realize how ridiculously selfish that sounds? You've never liked a bad movie, never liked a bad book, never liked a bad game. Everything that you liked was great, awesome, and amazing. Not because it was objectively great, awesome, and amazing. Not because it was compared to all of its peers and via a list of criteria was determined to be better and more successful in all of them. No. The reason why those games that you liked them was because they were good. That's it. That's why you liked them, because they were good.
It's been too long.
Are you crazy? Do you understand how critique works at all, across any medium? I do. I worked in the industry for 8 fucking years. Go about your business. Enjoy all the shit games you want. Just stop thinking that they're good because you like them, please. Have some self-respect. Have a little bit of dignity. My God. You can't possibly fathom how Shadow of War could be a better game if it wasn't designed so that it could facilitate that crap, so that you weren't forced to grind through fucking arbitrary bullshit with a very basic and repetitive combat system that didn't ever actually fucking go anywhere, just for the fucking sole point of collecting as many little fucking orc Pokemon as you fucking could. And again, so good of you to avoid actually spending any time skip money or buying any boxes that would kill the grind for you. You instead chose to do the same fucking pointless, boring shit over and over again with no challenge, with no interest whatsoever, just so you could collect more shit so you could finally get to the true ending of the game. Bravo for not spending the money. But for the love of God, can you not see why it's bad, even if you liked it? Or do those two things always have to be fucking mutual? I like it, therefore it is good. My God. My fucking God. Loot boxes, microtransactions, pay to win, or any other name you can call it, I support it. If you have the money and you want to spend it on a game to get ahead, then do it. I don't make a lot of money, so I can't just spend large amounts a month. But I work for my money, and I will spend it however I like, even if it is to get ahead of other players. Oh, good for you. You can fuck off and die as well. My God, what a dumb cunt. Seriously, I just don't understand how some of you remember how to breathe. Do you write it down on a piece of paper, in, then out, then in again, then out again, then in again, then out again? God forbid fucking walking. Dear God. How is it possible? Yes, let's sacrifice every shred of dignity and integrity in the video games industry. Let's forget forever that video games could, should, and in many cases are a fucking art form designed by hundreds of people over thousands of hours to create some of the most beautiful fucking set pieces in the world, to add the one element that film and literature never came close to offering, which was interactivity. I'm not talking about choose your own fucking adventure books here. I'm talking about take control of the protagonist. Write the story your way. Piece together every little piece. Just because you don't love video games doesn't mean you should be perfectly happy to burn the fucking industry to the ground, to fundamentally alter the core of which all of these games are made, specifically with the fucking only goal being to generate revenue. They want to make games that make money so they can. Fuck all the artists, fuck all the designers, fuck all the beautiful fucking people who spend all these fucking thousands of hours bringing this shit to life. Fuck it all. Fill it with as much grindy bullshit money-making crap as possible so the companies can make money and so fuckheads like you can go spend the money on anything you want to. I hope you and every fucking greedy fucking cunt from this capitalist fucking society fucking dies before I do. I swear to God, if I wouldn't piss on your corpse if you were on fire. And I say that with zero brevity. If I could stop you from dying, if it was within my power, I would sit back and watch you burn. You selfish fucking cunt. My God, the arrogance of it. I just want to spend money on whatever I want and I'm allowed to because it's my money. And fuck art, right? Fuck the whole industry. Fuck movies, fuck books, fuck statues, fuck buildings, fuck anything that anyone ever did just because they were passionate about it. Because the only fucking reason we ever fucking existed was to generate fake currency in a fake society, right? That's how we started, that's how we'll end. Just here to produce cash so cunts above us can fucking milk it out of us, right? That's it. That's the end game. It's the only reason I'm here, so that I can get as much cash out of you fucks as possible. Because there couldn't possibly be anything else in the whole world, anything else but possibly even available, possibly capable of the human fucking brain other than the generation of fucking cash. And as many little psychological fucking broken tricks that only ever work on the weakest and most feeble of us anyway, namely people who are going through a lot of fucking shit right now and people who are under the age of fucking teen. Well, these days, probably more like 16 or 17 because let's face it, kids ain't getting any fucking smarter. I need a goddamn cigarette. I need to think long and hard about whether or not it's worth being on this fucking planet anymore. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're having a good time. In fact, I don't. I hope you're learning something. I'll be right back.